Most of the students think the essay paper is unpredictable, random, and a gamble. When you walk in and you see the topics and you pray one of them clicks. I don't think that is the truth, and I want to show you why. I went back and opened 13 years of essay papers, every topic from 2013 all the way to 2025, and laid them out in order. And one pattern became almost impossible to ignore. That is, the essay paper did not become harder. The questions became more open rather than harder. And those are two completely different things. Harder would mean you need to know more, but more open means you are given more freedom. And most students don't know what to do with the freedom. That one distinction changes how you should prepare for essay. So let me walk you through what I found with all these 13 years essay papers from 2013 to 2025. Layer by layer, step by step, we will discuss. By the end, you will see that essay is not a gamble at all. And it's one of the most trainable papers in the entire exam. So, we are going to take the layer number one, that is what students think. What students think. Let's start with the mistake because almost everyone makes it. Because almost everyone makes it. Most students believe the essay paper rewards four things. What are the four things? Knowledge, quotes, language, and presentation. Most students believe these four things rewarded in UPSC. So that's what they prepare. They collect quotes, they memorize fancy introductions, they polish their words and their handwriting, and even they lost marks. And they cannot understand why they lost marks because they wrote so well. But what is the problem lies? Here is the truth. The essay paper mostly rewards a different four things. What are they? Interpretation, structure, examples, and a balance. When we come to interpretation, what is the interpretation? Can you unpack what the topic actually means? That is the interpretation. What is the structure? Structure is your essay organized, or is it a pile of points? Examples, comes to the examples. Examples should be concrete across different fields. And balance, comes to balance, can you see more than one side? Essay paper mostly rewards these different four things rather than knowledge, quotes, language, presentation. Essay paper rewards interpretation, structure, flow, examples, balance. Look at those two lists side by side in the slide. The things students prepare codes, language barely overlap with the things that actually score. That gap is right there. That is why good students lose marks on essay. They are preparing hard for the wrong paper. So that is why they are losing the marks. So we are moving to layer number 2. That is how essay changed. How essay changed. Now let me show you the change itself, because it happened in 4 clear stages. From 2013 to 2015, one stage; 2016 to 2018, second stage; and 2019 to 2021, third stage; and 2022 to 2025. That is the fourth stage. So, underneath each stage is a single hidden question the examiner was really asking. That is, we have to identify what the underlying hidden question the examiner asked. So comes to the first stage, that is 2013 to 2015. This is stage number 1. In this stage, the hidden question was simple. Can you take a position? Can you take a position? The topics were issues like, can capitalism bring inclusive growth? Technology cannot replace manpower. These are the clear debates. You picked a side and defended it. This is the phase number 1, that is 2013 to 2020, 2015. In this phase, you have to take one position and you have to pick a side and defended it, your side. That is the phase from 2013 to 2015, the questions asked by UPSC. Then moving to second stage, that is 2016 to 2018. The question got harder. Can you balance competing truths? This is the hidden question here. Now the topics gave you two things in tension. If development is not endangered, it is endangered. Digital economy, a leveler or a source of inequality. You could not just pick a side anymore, where you take one side in the previous stage, but you had to hold both in this phase. So this is the phase get harder comparatively, stage number 1. In this stage, can you balance competing truths? Two things in tension, you had to hold both. That is the challenge here. When comes to 2019 to 2021, third phase, the question shifted again. Can you interpret an idea? Can you interpret an idea? The topics became concepts like wisdom finds truth, values are not what humanity is, but what humanity ought to be. These type of concepts they asked, these type of topics they asked, but no issue to argue, just an idea you had to unpack and make real. That is the challenge here. Can you interpret can you interpret an idea, concepts to unpack and make real? No issue to argue here. Then moving to the final stage, that is 2022 to 2025. This is fourth stage. This is the running stage. This is the current stage where we are. And today's question is the biggest one. Can you create meaning? Can you create meaning? The topics are now almost bare, like truth knows no color, which is given in 2025, and muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. This is also given in 2025. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. The exam gives you almost nothing and asks you to build everything. That is the new challenge here from 2022 to 2025, where the, the last stage is concerned. Now, here the observation that ties it all together. What ties all together? Across these four stages, the difficulty barely increased. Difficulty barely increased. Then what increased here? The freedom. What increased was freedom. Every stage handed you less and less and trusted you to generate more and more. That is the UPSC is doing as far as UPSC is concerned with the students with the students. The paper did not become impossible. It simply stopped giving you direction, and that's the good news, because freedom is something you can train for. So in that way only you have to think and you have to write good essay. That is the freedom you have. When you justify your freedom or your point, that will be enough. There is no one way, there is no one direction. That much freedom you have in this particular phase. The freedom is from 2013 to 2025 is increasing. So we are, this is the layer 2, and we are moving to layer 3, that is the four types of topic. What are the four types of topic? So how do you train for it? You start by realizing that every essay topic across all 13 years from 2013 to 2025 is really one of just four types. What are the four types of essays? And once you can name the type, you already know how to approach it. Let me give you all four. Type number one, that is issue essay, and type number two, that is trade-off essay, and type number three, that is idea essay, and the fourth one, metaphor essay. What all are these four types of essays? So we are going to discuss in detail. So first one, that is issue essay. What is the issue essay? This is a clear debatable issue. This is a clear debatable issue. Like, can capitalism bring inclusive growth? And digital economy, leveler or source of inequality? So these two essays are example for the issue essay. Your approach is straightforward. Take a clear position, build your arguments, support them with examples. Otherwise, argue and prove. This is the most GS friendly type essay. And this is the mostly given in first stage of essay, that is 2020, 2012 or 2013 to 2015. So this is the type 1 essay, that is issue essay. Then we are moving to type 2 essay, that is the trade-off essay. Trade-off means what? Compromises, ethical dilemmas, tensions, what are not. Here the topic contains two things in tension, like growth versus inequality, tradition versus modernity, liberty versus security. Here you cannot pick just one, because here they given tension between the two things. So your approach should be honor both truths, show where each one has limits, which each one has limits, and arrive at a balance. So the whole essay is about holding the tension honestly, not resolving it too quickly between the two contains two things, not resolving it too quickly. This is the type 2, that is trade-off essay. Then we are moving to type 3, that is idea essay. Idea essay, issue essay, trade-off essay, and idea essay. The idea essay is the topic is an abstract concept. This is the important one. Abstract concept like values, wisdom finds truth, etc. The real is rational. The real is rational, and the rational is real. This type of topics. There is nothing to argue here. Your approach should be like this: interpret the idea, translate it into a real life, and apply it across society, governance, and the self. You are giving an abstraction to a body, because this is the abstract concept. We are going to give the body for abstract concept, which given by UPSC in the form of examination as question in essay. You are giving an abstraction to a body, with interpret the idea, translate it into real life, and apply it across society, governance, and the self, etc. This is the approach for the type 3, the idea essay. And we are moving to the fourth type, that is metaphor essay. What are the topics here as far as metaphor essay is concerned? The topic is a concrete object standing for something bigger, like a ship, a river, a forest, muddy water. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what a ship is for. You cannot step twice in the same river. These type of topics have been asked under the metaphor essay. So the essay is never really about the ship or the river. Not, that is not. But what? So what should be the approach is decode the object, find its meaning, then expand that meaning outward to your own life, to society, and to civilization. So these are the four types: issue trade off, issue essay, trade off essay, idea essay, and metaphor essay. The moment you sit down in the exam and correctly name which type you are looking at, you are no longer staring, you are no longer staring at a scary open topic, because you are holding a method. That is the single most common thing you can train into yourself for this essay paper. So what should be the ultimate formula to run the entire paper? Underneath all four types, there is one formula that runs the entire paper. Let me give it to you plainly. What is the formula? When you start with the question, what you have to do is then interpretation. What does this topic actually mean? Comes to the interpretation. Then your thesis. When a question given to you, the question, then interpretation, then thesis, then dimensions, then examples, then balance, then meaning. So you start with the question, then interpretation. Under the interpretation, what does this topic actually mean? This is the interpretation. Then your thesis. What is the thesis? The one central claim your whole essay will stand on. That is the thesis. Then dimensions. Then you are going to give 3 to 5 dimensions, the different angles, like the individual, society, the economy, the ethics, the global picture. Then comes to the next part, that is examples. Then examples under each dimension, concrete and varied. Then comes to the part balance. The other side, the limits. Then the counter review. Then the counter view. And finally, a meaningful conclusion that does not just summarize but lands on an insight. Please be careful with the meaningful conclusion. When you take the question in the form of essay, what you have to do is step number one, you have to interpret, then thesis, then dimensions you have to give, then each dimensions you have to give examples, then you have to balance both sides, and you have to give final meaningful conclusion, not just summary, but it has to land on insight. So again I am saying this: question, interpretation, thesis, dimensions, examples, balance, and meaning. That is meaningful conclusion. That's it. That is the entire paper. Every great essay on any topic from any of the four types: issue, trade off, idea, and metaphor. Eh, the four types, any of the four types, is running this exact spine underneath. Master this one flow and you never face a blank page again. So let me leave you with this. What is this? The essay paper is one of the highest scoring papers in the whole mains examination. So, and here is the reason most people miss. It's because improvement is visible, unlike a lot of GS, that is general studies, where you grind for months to move a few marks, but essay responds fast to the right practice. So you can see yourself getting better essay by essay. So essay is not talent. Essay is not talent. Essay is not a gift some people are born with. Essay is not a talent paper. It is a trainable thinking process. Once you see the four types, once you see the four types and you internalize that the one formula, then the unpredictability disappears. So improvement is visible. Name the type and then run the formula. So in the next video, I will show you exactly how to write any essay from start to finish in 90 minutes using the structure under real exam time. So that is where this becomes a skill in your hands, not just an idea in your head. We will meet in the part 2, that is 90 minutes essay from start to finish. Thank you.